I've just come out of seeing a gentleman that I did his wife's funeral for a couple of weeks ago, and I always go back to see my family at least one visit, if not 2 or 3 times, to see how they're doing. And do you know what? I've just had the most amazing experience. One, because I am clairvoyant in my work, so I'm intuitive. So when I work with families who are bereaved, I can connect to their deceased loved one, and when I take their funeral, I connect to them. But this time it was just a bereavement support, and it was incredible, actually, unexpected gifts. So the gentleman is 84 years old, and he's just so lovely, just so warming and inviting, and so I sat and had a hot water with him, and we talked about the funeral, we talked about his beloved wife, and he thanked me for the service, and he said that his family member said that they felt the love in the room as soon as I spoke at the funeral. And for me, then I know that I've done my job, because I've created the funeral that, for me, I bring the essence of who that person is who's died. I bring it into the room, and hopefully that's who they feel and sense, and the story that I'm telling. So it was quite amazing that he said that people said it was amazing service, and they could feel the room, they could feel the love in the room. And then he was saying to me that he breeds budgies. So I always wanted to go in and have a look, and so he invited me into his aviary and showed me the budgies. But what was even more special, he'd just had 3 new budgies, and he called one of them Celebrant Deborah. And I just feel so honoured that this gorgeous family that I've helped through their bereavement feel honoured that they've called one of their budgies called Deborah, and she's pure white. And I love the fact that she's pure white, and an angel maybe. So that's me putting myself on the pedestal here. But it was just incredible to feel the gratitude from this family that they named a budgie after me, which is a first, and I love it. And then he took me to the other aviary where he breeds them, and he allowed me to hold in my hand a tiny budgie that was 4 days old. Then I held one that was a week old, and then he showed me the others that were growing up, and I just feel so humble and honoured that this gentleman felt safe enough to allow me to hold his budgie in my hand. And I feel very honoured that I gave this little budgie a blessing and wished it well on its little journey of budgie life, whatever that is. And I just come out and I just sat in the car, and I just feel, how blessed am I to do what I do. I take funerals for people that require a non-religious funeral, because I don't do religious, although I have an aspect of religion to mine. And I've just made such an impact with a family that they showed their gratitude, 1 by naming a budgie, and 2 to inviting me into their home to have a hot water with them and to talk with them. And I do that on a regular basis with all my clients that I see. After their funeral, I go around and see them, and I was blessed to see another family a couple of days ago that I took their mother's funeral. And there was quite a few children, and a couple of the daughters are pregnant. So I go round and I have coffee with them after the funeral, and I'm clairvoyant, and I bring the deceased into that conversation. And it's not about bringing validation as a medium would, to say, I've got your granny here, your mum here, your dad here, he died of this. It's not that at all. I'm not on platform. I go and I bring the essence of who that deceased is to them, and I really do help my clients, my families, when I give loving messages. That just a simple one, saying to the daughter, what was you going to buy on HP that you shouldn't have done? Your mother wouldn't approve. She said, oh yeah, I was going to buy the cot, but I've just been given now, so I don't need to buy it. And so it's things like that. I said, your mum loves you, your mum's watching you, she's going to be with you at the birth. And I know that because I've got the deceased telling me that. And so yeah, I feel very blessed that I can do what I do to support my families on a deeper level. And so I just wanted to share my story with you, coming out and seeing my beautiful family that have honoured me calling one of their budgies celebrant Deborah. So how lucky am I? So I just wanted to share that with you, and to be kind, be gracious to one another, and be generous to give your time and love unconditionally. Take care. Bye.